Hello survivors! Welcome to the stream, guys. I hope you're having a good Thursday. How's it going, boys and girls? How is it going? Okay, who have we got on stream? We have got Queen Phoenix, hello! Thank you very much for tuning in, Queen Phoenix. We also have Cygnus and Captain War as the top three. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I appreciate it. Jason, close text, close enough. I'll give you some points, but you're just outside top three. Thank you very much for tuning in, bruv. What's up, Phoenix? Try and speak English, Phoenix. I barely speak English, so try and speak that one. Try. Try. Okay. I'm starting to build up my houses now, just to get more survivor storage. Just for the sake of it. Left like guys. No worries. Thank you very much, Sickness. Appreciate it. What's up, Marcos? Hello. What's up, Craven? You said in the latest video, not enough bullets. Is that for both maps? It's for either one. You will not be able to do either Andra or the Shiva roadmap, unfortunately, unless you win like 4 events. I thought this was going to be accessible, but it isn't, unfortunately, because it costs 600 to do Andra. If you want to do any, like all of it. It costs 600 of the bullets, and it costs 600 to do Shiva. It's exactly the same amount for either one. And if we go to the tournament rewards for raid, you have to basically come top 3 in 5 events to have a chance. So it's not really an accessible thing, unfortunately. If it was a 2-week event and the second character was the one that was premium, then that's like, okay, that makes sense. But I thought it was going to be a bit more accessible, but it's not, unfortunately. Like, personally, I don't know how far I'll get. I might get to like Act 4 or 5. How many? I think it was 5 acts. But I'll be like 100 bullets short, most likely. Because I won't come first place in any of these tournaments. 5 acts, so I might be able to like do the first stage. I'll be like 120 to 140, so I'll either be on the last stage of Act 4, or I'll be, so like that's my reward that I'm going for in this event. Unfortunately, it's not very good, but you know, what can you do? What can you do? Yeah, what's up, Source? ICB, hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. What's up, Moon? Official RTS, they know the deal. They know the deal more than me. They know the deal more than me. I mean, I'll start doing the roadmap. And that's if you actually succeed in doing the roadmap. It can be quite tough for some people. So, like, if you fail any stages, you're even more trouble. But, yeah. What you gonna do? Okay, let me just do it with my standard team, I guess. Ice Walkers. And it is 2 waves. Looks like Marcos again. Eduardo, hello. That's rubbish. Was hoping top 50 would get you through the map. Very disappointed. Yep. It's just not long enough. There aren't enough events. Top 50 only gets you 80. And that's going to get you 400. And you need 600. Over 5 events. And that one of them was faction. So if you're not in like the top 2 faction in your region as well, you're kind of screwed over. That's kind of the way it goes. I spent 3,400 coins on supply depot. And all I got is 7 silver mythics. I was hoping for Sandy or Tyrese. Damn. That is... I mean, that is a lot of resets, to be fair. That's what? 17? Is that 17? That is a lot of resets. Unfortunate. I mean, you can just get unlucky. You know, your next reset you could get 2 golds. That's kind of just how it goes. Are you going to buy the bullets, last bullets needed, or not decide on that yet? I mean, I'll see. I'm not really looking to spend real cash on half like finished events. Like, it was advertised like it was accessible, and it hasn't really like lived up to that, unfortunately. I think if I was to spend money for the first one, that would encourage this happening again. And this is probably the worst event that I've seen in a long time. In terms of like honestly, if you don't complete one of the roadmaps, you just get nothing from the event. It's actually just crap, and it's taken up positional rewards in what, 5 events. That's bad. And what makes it worse for me, in my mind anyway, is they did a faction event first, right? So your entire faction, let's say you're the best faction in the region, your entire faction comes first. So you get all the best rewards. Then for the next 4 solo tournaments, you're competing against each other for those rewards. Like the actual roadmap completion. That's not a good look. I for sure feel like the roadmap should be longer than 1 week. Yeah. It should have lasted more events, for sure. It looks like it's going to be 5 or 6, where it should have been like... It should have been like 7 or 8. I think I might just buy the extra bullets. Limit breaking Andrew seems really good. I mean, that's what they want you to do, seemingly. But I'm not going to start doing that, because it's just... I'll be doing that every character. And these are Generation 1 Mythics, you know? They're already getting superseded, so I'm not that bothered. I found Gator pretty useful in raids, especially the rush. Well, on attack. On attack, Eric. He's more of a defensive character. That is a surprise. What's up, TK? Welcome to the stream. What's up, Ivan? What's up, GBZ? GBZ! Welcome to the stream, guys. What's up, Noah? Thanks for tuning in. They do a pretty horrible stage here. Fortunately, it's low HP. So I'm guessing the later stages even have like crazy high stats and stuff on these sort of stages. That's my guess. But it should be in level up rewards. I agree. That would have fixed it. If they were in level up rewards, it would have fixed it, but they're not. I think... this is my theory. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt when it comes to building this event. I think they when they built this event, they thought they were in level up rewards, because that would have been... that would have worked out to be around about just under the second amount. Basically what Rosita's situation was like. You could get Abraham, and then if you wanted Rosita, you had to spend. That makes sense. It's like, cool, that makes sense. And it seems like this event was built the same way if the level up rewards had the right rewards. What's his weapon? Oh, damn. He's got a weird weapon there. Look at that. But when I say I give them a benefit of the doubt, it's just like, still a bad event. It's like... Still bad. Terra bad. Going to pull from a show. I'll do 20 pulls. I'll do 20 pulls, see what happens. It's kind of weird. Out of all of the characters, though, she's the one I'm least interested in because I think she's like the least powerful. As much as she's really good, she's the least powerful for me and what she can offer. I think one of the few things she's going to bring me is like the allegiance stuff, and allegiance is like pure pay to win apparently. So if you get lucky, I can get part of the allegiance boost. That's it. Like for future allegiance events, that's about it. Like they announced this Mythic Trials thing. I'm not doing videos on like stuff that's just pure like patting spenders on the back. That isn't really something that I'm down with. So I'm not really gonna do content on that stuff. But it was announced that in the Mythic Trials, the first time around, it's going to be a special looking character. Like, it's going to have a different look the first time you can play it. So it's basically people who spend are going to be able to do that. And then once those characters that are in that allegiance become free to play, they'll come back around. And then the character will no longer look special or anything like that. So, you know, the majority of the player base is kind of just left out of that. There's no skill involved, nothing like that. It's not a skill-based thing. Conquest was difficult, actually a challenge. Completing that, no reward. Completing these Allegiance Mythic Trials, no challenge at all because you're buying the power. Here you go. This is so good. Look at that. You can get a shiny thing. It's so good. Yeah, it's crap in my opinion. I had really high hopes for the Allegiance stuff as well, and it's just real massive letdown. Talent. I still only do Ulysses. Bullets should be yeah. Last faction renown level. I carry my faction. I have a few million renown points. I mean that's good. That's good. My faction generally has a 3 million minimum for faction level ups, which I think is pretty high, especially in the way it currently works. Not that it's hard to get points, it's just hard to find things to level up. I don't really have many gold mythics to level up at the moment. I mean, I've got myself like 2 gold mythics at tier 5 now that I can level up, so that's reasonably easy points, but yeah. No extra bullets for SC members is ridiculous also. Yeah, they sort of presented, I mean, I'll go into the event. It didn't say it was premium at any moment. They didn't say it was like... They kind of presented it like it was really accessible. Like a normal event. And then it just like... The numbers just aren't there, man. The numbers just aren't there. Unfortunately. Let's have a little look. You go into new section. It was also like confirmed that Michonne's going to be a step-up recruit, as you can see here. Unfortunately, the characters that are with her aren't very good, and I think this is just going to be normal. Like step-up recruits generally going to have worse characters, like Gabriel, Beta, and Gregory. And then like your main promos like Razzo is going to have better characters when it comes to the secondary golds. It's kind of weird though, because the only way you can actually put on this wheel is with coins. You can't do it with like Survivor Club pulls. So that's kind of weird. Okay, we'll have to go back in. Okay, let's look at the double tap event. I don't think anywhere it mentions it's premium. Andrew will only set the best, so she'll be keeping an eye on how well you rank in faction and solo survival road tournaments and solo raid tournaments. Place well enough in the rankings and you'll be awarded with varying amounts of bullets. You'll be able to use your bullets on 2. You will need a team of grade 4. It doesn't say like you're going to have to finish top 3 in every single event, which is pay to win. Let's just be honest. That you can't finish top 3 especially when it's competing for something like this, other people are going to want to do the same thing. You're going to have to spend massive amounts of resources to get that done. That's a massive letdown, honestly. And you don't really get that much else if you don't get the top reward. Look, supply markers, gear markers, elite item tokens, select recruit tokens. Literally just nothing. Basic tokens and some mythic recruit tokens. I don't even think you get enough for one pull. You don't even get enough for one pull on the mythic recruit wheel if you only finish the first 4 acts. 5, 6.5, 7.5k. And that's like a week of placement rewards just taken up by that as well. I haven't really started raiding. I've only done a couple of thousand. There's a day left. I'm gonna try and time it with the other event, but I think the timing's bad. I think the timing's bad. I did say that in my Mercer video that the timing was a bit off, unfortunately. But it's the shotgun shells, I guess. Didn't want a gate with the bag. Yeah, it is indeed. What does your sandy weapon look like? My sandy weapon is just Governor's Pistol. 55% attack. Nothing crazy. Just that pistol. I've asked other leaders of top 50 factions and 3 mil is average or below average for them. Yeah, but I'm not saying whether it's like a high goal for a faction. I'm saying it's a high goal for what you have to level. Like I don't really have 3 million's worth of stuff to level up for a level up. Just straight up. Look at that though. Like Sandy's damage. Look at that number, guys. She still hits Doc Stevens for 500 though. It's like, I'm pretty sure there's some bugs around fast characters or something. Like it's specifically fast characters she just doesn't hit very hard. It's really odd. She's got such crazy level damage. It just don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I just randomly level up random characters. I mean, that's probably the worst thing you can do. For sure. For sure. Look at this. Look at my defense team stats now, guys. The stats are actually getting into kind of crazy levels. Also kind of strange, in other pay-to-win games, a sub usually makes it so you can upgrade more buildings on the same time, but not in this game. It's SC. Should also be there to up the value a little. I think they were meant to. I kind of remember them saying they were going to announce changes to Survivors Club, but I didn't really ever see it. I saw like a monthly login. I thought there was going to be more. I thought it was like more to follow, but maybe we're just still waiting. My team grade is 2.8k and I defeat people who have 7k team grade. I mean, you can have like 5 stars, 6 stars, and S classes in your team still, so that's going to bring your team grade down really low. And you can nuke teams, you know, it's possible to nuke teams. You know, I've had it where I've only had Sandy as the only mythic character and I can beat full mythic teams. Or maybe like 4 mythic characters and an S class. The event is crap, it isn't for free to play. Yeah, I mean, double tap is not, for sure. I mean, a top 3 faction and still don't get the top 3 in event. Well, we do for a little, but we'll lose it money. I mean, it's just the way it is, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure they just goofed, or whatever you want to call it. You know, they messed up. Because they don't normally advertise premium events. You know, you don't normally get like an inbox. You don't normally get a news thing going on. I'm pretty sure we got a new inbox. Yeah, like they've inboxed double tap, which makes it sound like it's like this is a non-pay to win thing, and like they generally don't do that. With like what was it? Do you remember the Whisperers one? Didn't get any real info on that. Didn't get any real info on that. It's like Khan in the Museum style, you know. Didn't get any information on that sort of stuff. But this one, it's like, here you go, this event's starting. Well. Okay, we got this to do. Are there any of these roadmaps you guys don't do? I do it all the time. So it's double tap pay to play. Yeah, it is indeed. I mean, there are going to be a certain amount of people in the region who are going to be able to do it without spending actual like money, but they're going to have to spend huge amounts of resources to stay ahead of everyone else who's doing the same. Like, you have to come top 3 in the raids in SR, and SR is almost impossible to come top 3 in an SR without spending money, unless you've got lots and lots of SR cans saved up, which just no one has because they just don't give them out. So, like, I think I had 55 or something from that event, and I'm pretty sure that was a bug. I think a lot of people picked them up, but they're all gone because we just don't get any replenishment of them. Thought there would be more changes too, but in the blog post it did seem the daily login thingy was the only change being done to SC. Yeah, doesn't. Yeah, I thought there was more, but I hope there was more. Bullets banner, the Bullets banner, like the event. Yeah, it's a letdown. I was looking forward to getting another Andrew, you know. What's up, the Get Weirds? Also got 2.3 million. In the arena going on. Okay, nice. What's that, like a 10 ticket spend? Yeah, you can get some mad points with 10 tickets. I do them all as they're quick. The roadmaps, yeah. They also like seem to be like good value. This is what I'm going to be honest. The Conquest update is such a weird update. The entire thing. Like, some of the stuff they brought into the game with Conquest is just like, oh, this is actually, they've done some really good things. Like, this is really good. And some of the stuff they've done is just like, wow, this is like 20 steps backwards. It's feel like already, I get the feeling that it's like the Generation 2 6-star era right now, which was the biggest gap in the game. Like, I'm feeling that gap already. Like, in the first 10 characters of Mythic, the gap is like nuts. And we're getting Bruce to try and close that gap, man. I'm just like, oh, come on, man. It can't be Gen 2 again. It can't be Gen 2 6-star era all over again. Where it's just reliant fully on RNG, and then even the RNG characters that you get are nowhere near as good as the promos. It can't be this again. I can't get anywhere. I can't play any dupes. You're not getting dupes. You mean like a second character to make a tier 5? Have I seen Mythic Carol? I saw her on a roadmap. I'm seeing random characters on roadmaps. Yeah. I don't know. It's too late to slow down on promos. It isn't about slowing down. They originally said they weren't going to do a promo every week. We're back to a promo every week, but it isn't even about that. It's just about the power. That's all. It's about the power. Like, I mean, who are the, like we said it a number of times in the before the S-Class era. Who are the Wales going to play against? Who are they going to play against? The reason that after War of Champions finishes and all the Whale factions have finished War of Champions and they go to different regions is because they don't want to be in the same region 24/7. That is eventually what's going to happen, though. That is eventually going to be what's going to happen. And we said that in the 6-star era. Then S-Class came out and honestly was one of the better eras. Like, probably the best. In terms of accessibility to characters, in terms of what you're working towards. I was looking on every day knowing I was working towards what's next. But in this era, man, every day I don't even know what's going on. Like, there's nothing happening. Like, there's so much going on, but there's nothing really happening. Like, what's happening next week? No one knows. No one knows. Whereas before, you know that there was going to be like the next character. You knew the next S-Class that was going to be coming into the crate. You didn't know exactly when, but you knew it was the next character that was coming into the crate. You knew it was the next one you could grind towards. You could save up stuff to grind towards that. Then it was like the next battle pass was good. Then there was like the League store was good. Like I said, I've not got really much to look forward to at the moment. It's all like right now. It's all like this moment, not what's ahead. Like even like one of the few things I was looking forward to was the Allegiance stuff. I'm not looking forward to that at all now. Also sort again tonight. I mean, it's just when the game is like this, it's gonna be sort all the time. Like I can't just not be honest. I've always said I'm an honest player. People don't think I am, but if the game's being trash at the time, I will 100% call it out, and it's being trash right now. There was an offer up that showed New Eugene a few days ago, so he's incoming. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a number of things though. It's not just the fact that the game's like lack of communication on the game and nothing to look forward to. It's hard as a content creator as well, man. It's hard as a content creator. I'm at like the top of the content creator like ladder in terms of I kind of like. I'm not trying to say I'm the best, but imagine you've got like 50 dudes working on a building. The guy at the top's gonna realize it's raining first, right? And I'm feeling rain right now, you know. I'm feeling rain, and it's gonna pour down on everybody. I can see it from my side, and I can see it from like I don't know me as a content creator. I kind of feel like my legs are being cut off from underneath me a lot. So it's hard to create content around the game at the moment. Really hard. I'm finding it really difficult anyway. Mythic Morgan also coming. He was in roadmap 2. Yep. We should get more torches, like a daily roadmap where you can get them. I mean, torches mean nothing now. I've got some. I mean, it's not, they don't even amount that quickly, but they don't mean anything. I'm pretty sure I claim these every day. Whenever I claim that daily offer, this one, I generally always claim the torches. Okay, I didn't claim it today. Awkward, but they don't even mean anything. I don't have any S classes that I can get close to now. I think I'm done. Like, I only have to get the 30 crates now, or level up the characters I've got. That's it. I'm joining S class, and yeah, I loved it way more. However, Conquest part of the game. I mean, I like Conquest. I thought Conquest was good, but like I said, like it just doesn't seem like I didn't get rewarded at all for Conquest, man. I completed it, and I didn't get anything out of it. Nothing, and that's what I'm saying. It's just they reward such weird stuff. They reward stuff that takes no ability to do, but honestly, it makes them money, obviously. But that isn't. It's kind of like you know the whole thing of like handing out participation trophies. That's what Scopely do with people who spend. They're just handing out participation trophies to people who get out their wallet. It's like, congratulations, your wallet participated in this event. Here you go. That's what it feels like to me. And it's just like, come on, man. Like, reward someone who has actually had to work hard for this, not someone who just bought their way through it. This feels bad. Waiting for a region merge. We have had region merges in the past. I think there was like, but it was generally language regions, like Korean regions. I think Turkish, Spanish, maybe Portuguese. They merged like 5 or 6 together. How many people in percentages that have quit since Conquest came out? How many percentage? I reckon at least 10% of the community gone. I think every faction's probably had at least 2 or 3 members who have left because of Conquest. But there are some entire factions that just stopped. You know? I think at least 10%. And that's of like active players. I think we've seen a big drop. But don't forget, these players can come back. But not always. Not always. Okay, I'm going to do my Survivors Club pool. And we'll do it on Wayland. We'll just do it on Wayland here. Yay. Over and over. Okay. There should be a daily torch roadmap that gives enough torches for one box of the 130 thing. What is now is way too low. I don't know. Like basically all of these characters are already, like I said, all of the characters that were in here. Mythic fight. I mean, I guess all the characters that were in here are like our old generation characters, like Gen 1. These are the first Mythic characters that are in the game. And then we've got Generation 2 characters coming out right now. Like, the line, you can draw the line at Ivanova. So these or actually at Zeke, sorry. So Zeke and beyond is Generation 2, effectively, of, like, power. And it's really obvious as well. Like, it isn't like... You can see the difference in power between the promos from Zeke Beyond and every character before. And a lot of the time, you're going to see one that just is exactly the same as one that was one before. It's just an advanced version of them. The issue I have is I don't think they've really like they're going up when they could go lateral a little bit more. Like there's a bit more wiggle room in terms of like other characters they can build, other types of characters. Like legit, right? Look at my controllers. They don't even have that many controllers. Where are they? I've got 3 gold mythics that are controllers. And I only leveled up one of them because I wanted to. The other one was because I had to if I wanted to take part in that event. The other ones aren't doing too bad. Support. Like it is the new one, so maybe they're trying to like work out how it works and stuff, but I don't know. If you got 3k towards anyone, you can still get them from daily crates before collections expire. Yeah, I'm still working towards a couple of characters. Like I need like 300-400 cards here and there. Just finished the mythics of TWD map. Got a gold pull and pulled a second princess that memo day. Congrats, congrats. We'll definitely use her well. She's still great. And she's great. So it sounds like there's no chance of getting the first edition Atlanta tune next week if you don't have Dale or Glenn. Or the promo that hasn't been released yet. There's a promo in there that hasn't been released. Right? I think they announced... I'll go to the news post. I glanced at it, but there's no point doing items on this because it's just... Literally, like, I know that my viewer base is pretty much... It's quite a diverse player base, but like 1% of the games community will be able to complete this. Like, this isn't even... This is literally just an event for the 1%. But, yeah. So I think it says somewhere the characters you need, or does it give a picture? Here we go. You can see the picture. 2 of those are promos. 1 isn't even released yet. So it's basically like they're promoting. Dale will probably be in the same wheel when Carol comes round, right? Just straight up, she'll be in the same wheel, and they're promoting you to pull for Carol to be able to do this legendary thing. Carol could be absolutely trash, like literally the worst character, and you have to pull for her to be able to do this. It's just the way it is. It's not even something to look forward to. Long term, this is something to look forward to. I mean, it might take you like 6 months or a year to be able to get 2 of Dale and 2 of Carol. The other characters are a little bit easier to come by. But 2 of Dale and 2 of Carol, it could take you like a year to get 2 of those each. They could put them into the bits shop, for instance. In their example version, they did have Dale in there, but Carol would come around in like a year's time or something, and then people would have a chance to get the Atlanta one done. But it's this special looking character that is that's the only bit that is actually tilting me. If people who got it first, it's like fine, they're spending it, they get it first, that makes sense. But to give them like a special glow on it and stuff like this, like it's actually special, it's just, come on, man. All they've done is spend. Like, getting it first is enough. Do you think the new first edition Mythic will be good? I don't even know what you mean. RTS says you need to spend. We all do. You don't give crumbs. I mean, they do give crumbs, but that's the problem as well, Bruce is just not very useful. The only reason I'm going to be picking up Bruce from this event, literally the only reason, is because of his allegiance. Like, no other reason is because he's part of Alexandria. Because, like, now don't get me wrong, I'm not going to be able to do the Alexandria one when that comes out first time around, because that's going to be needing 2 promos most likely as well. But I want to have at least got the characters on my roster for if it eventually comes around. $650 damage to one enemy, and all teammates get 30% attack for 2 turns on no rushes. Also, wait, not worth the pull. So I think it's pretty much just like you have to pull her to get the other one. I kind of feel sorry for Wells in that case, but not really. They're half the problem. First Mythic command tune will be the mystery tune. I doubt it. I'd be very surprised if they've released a command anytime soon. Like, command's gonna, like, right now, defense teams are literally like all promo, like, of people who spend. It's like Zeke, Doc Stevens, Razzo, Connor, plus like Gov or like Mirabelle or something like that. Like, you're seeing like full five promo defense teams a lot of the time. Now, there are tactics around getting through these teams, sure, but you're seeing full 5 promo teams right now. If they had a command in there as well, that means promos are going off a turn earlier than the attack teams. Like, right now, the AP is kind of messed up for attack teams as it is. Like, a 66 AP character doesn't get a natural turn 3 rush. It gets a natural turn 4 rush, which is... it's just like, what? And then I wouldn't be surprised if like an AP on attack leader came out eventually, but it was promo. So then all free to play have like no AP on attack. Man, I already know what's happening, man. I think Laurie and Morgan will be it. I saw Mythic Morgan in a roadmap. I mean, we'll see, I guess. We'll see. It didn't give much of his abilities away. Like, it only gives rush and signature move a lot of the time. Like, the passives are some of the more important things on a character. So the passives could make a massive difference on this Carol, but yeah. You did say the other day that you thought the game would maybe last 3 to 6 months more, so maybe... Like, I don't think Scopely think that far ahead, that's the issue. So that's why, like, if I'm thinking it's maybe going to have 3 to 6 months more, it's because at the moment I don't see that far ahead. I can barely see a month ahead. Like, after this current event ends, I don't know what's... Like, I assume there's another event coming. But like, there's no, like I said, nothing to look forward to. There's no like cadence of like announced cadence anyway. It's just like, oh, we're gonna remove one. Like, this is 12 characters a year that you're gonna be able to get, and they start like, imagine the first rotation round on the bit shop, right? In the bit shop, and then like they take out someone and put in Thomas Richards. That's like an actual one of the 12 rotations in a year. They put in someone who's like on select recruits. Just like, if it's not X promos, the only characters that can go into that thing, then it's literally just pointless. It's pointless. And this is the point we're at. Because everything's RNG. It's the same as the 5-star and 6-star era. I can't tell people what characters to go for because there's no way to do that. Like, S-Class was just so much better than this, man. Character acquisition here is just really, really, really bad. He has buy 2. He seemed a lot like his S-Class. He had the taunt, attack, up, block, and remove focus, etc. Okay. Who is the best character in defense? Probably Razzo. Like a properly built Razzo is easily the best character. But I haven't seen that very many that are built. This is what always makes me laugh. But I haven't seen too many that are great, like well built. Are you going to get more into the other TWD game? I mean, I'm playing The Walking Dead, No Man's Land on a daily basis because there's an event going on in that game which is actually fun, you know, and actually accessible. It's like one of the two things that sound great to me. Please don't say Thomas Richardson's name again. I get mad about it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, any character. It doesn't matter. Just feeling bad at the moment. With S-Class, at least you felt like progression. Exactly. Every day felt like I was going slowly towards the right thing that I wanted, and I had some in my head. I was like, I was building teams. I was like, I could build towards this team. I could build towards that team. I don't even know what. Like, I literally just. It really just come. I have to get the same character twice, and soon I'm going to have to get the same character 3 times. Then it's going to be the same character 4 times. Then it's going to be the same character 5 times. Imagine when it comes to you needing 5 of the same character to get them maxed out, and you haven't got one of them. That is not like a long. That's a proper long way forward on RNG. That's going to be nuts. That's going to be nuts. Like, this thing in here should be like 1 every 20 days. Where is it? If we need 5, it should be 1 every 20 days, not every 60 days. This is the only. I think this is the only guaranteed place in the game where you can select your gold mythic. It is very limited to 6, and not all of these are very good. But this is the only guaranteed place in the game to get a gold mythic that I know of. Except events, and that again, that's kind of random which characters go in there. And then you've got characters that are actually event characters that aren't very good at all, and just gonna sit on the roster, gathering dust. I think Rick being in here is great. Personally, I've got him, but I think him being in here is good for newer players. Do you think the Walking Dead Gold medals will add promo characters? Your guess is as good as mine. Okay, like they're never going to put the good characters in these places. And the second they start adding good characters here, you kind of should be worried, you know? It's just like, wait, what's happening? Because you know that means something else is coming along that's going to make the character that's been added there absolutely terrible. I don't know, man. I had high hopes for Mythic, I'm going to be honest. I don't think the characters are too, but like the issue. Oh, well. I think I've got blowtorches, so I can blowtorch 2 crafts. I think I got some blowtorches. I'm not 100% certain. If I don't have any blowtorches, I can't do any crafts this week because I actually forgot to do my crafts. It wasn't really on my mind, I'm gonna be honest. They will make like road maps restricted to specific limit break tunes, like grade 5 limit break 3. That's what I mean. Like, I'm hoping not. If they do that kind of stuff, that's messed up. But I think, like, I didn't expect what they're doing right now to happen, and, you know, is... When they added Magna to event crates, daily crates, and battle pass. I mean, daily crates not so much. That one was, I think the battle pass was the one. But I think it was kind of obvious with the Mythic at the end of Mythics. They increased the odds, so loads of people would start pulling, and then they just all those characters just. See you later. Okay. Let me see. I'm not sure if I've got a blowtorch. I probably haven't, to be honest. I'm pretty low. I might, unless I just got some. I might have just got some. I did. What did I just get some from? I can't remember. Was there a roadmap that I did? There might have been a roadmap. I got 2 crafts to do then, guys. See if we can get focused on one of these 2. Crit on the first. Will we finally get focused done? Nope. Second. Will we finally get focused done? Into try gazillion. Nope. Appreciate it, oh. Appreciate it. Oh, did I actually just craft it on the wrong weapon? No, I didn't. Yeah, I thought it did because it downgraded it to... downgraded it to silver. Thanks, L, man. Thanks, L, bruv. Appreciate it. I think I can craft this. It's been like 3 weeks of trying to get this weapon done for this character. We got War Depot to look forward to. But then we have the war. and war's just getting more and more, yeah. I noticed when you set a mythic hero with an attached weapon as your helper, you can't change the weapon. It was the same in the S-Class era. I'm not sure what that's about. What do you think about Glenn? I think he's a good support character. I think the game is a bit overpriced. It's a mobile phone game. And like literally every mobile phone game is overpriced. You have to spend like $800 or something to get a character. It's ridiculous. Legit can get multiple PS5s for this. It's one character. It's obviously overpriced. It's obviously overpriced. The best games that I've seen on mobile are ones that try and make it so that they don't mess up their player base by making things really overpriced, so they make a big gap between people. That means people who spend low amounts will still get a reasonable amount versus someone who spends tons. That seems quite fair. I think I've said it before. We just need a company to break through in the mobile phone industry. That's just like that sets the standard of how a mobile phone game should be, like properly, not like how everyone's doing it right now, because everyone's kind of failing at it right now. Like, we need like a company to come out, kind of how Epic came out with Fortnite when it came to they've made billions, legitimately billions, and no one's annoyed at in terms of how they've made their money, because it's all non-power based. They're annoyed maybe like skins not becoming available again in the future, but that's about it. Like, and they sometimes do bring skins back around and stuff like that. So, but that's it. It doesn't change anything to do your gameplay. And they made billions of moonies, and that is how it's done. And that's how it's done. Like, wouldn't this be a really cool one, right? Imagine Imagine all the games sold was skins, but people got power based on how many skins were sold in the game. So like, let's say a new character comes out. The name is, I don't know, Alicia. All right. So Alicia comes out. You see all her skills and everything. Everyone gets her day one, because what happens is you can just do a roadmap to get her shards, to get her as a tier 1. But you can also get skins for her. You can pre-buy her skins. If 100,000 of her skins are sold in the first, I don't know, week, or the week that before she is released, everybody can get like her to tier 2 for free. You know, like everyone benefits from everyone spending, rather than like the people who spend just get a boost ahead. So that means someone who puts in $1 is gonna, as long as you complete maybe like some sort of roadmap or something. I don't know. What am I looking for? I think I'm just going to open my mods here, guys. I only have 1 plat mods after all the plat mods we had the other time. I think one of these is like a reasonable chance of getting the plat mods, and I think we just opened it already and it's done. See you later. Okay. We'll see if we can get any plats out of these mysteries. I don't think there's... Is there plats in the daily mystery boxes? I don't think there are, right? It's just golds. I could be wrong. I'll check the daily mysteries. But when you're getting only bronzes, it's hard to know. Okay, we're going to open the golds. There's only a couple of mods in here that are really going to be useful for me, like danger resistant stuff that I don't have very many of. And we actually got done on every single mod except this one. Okay. 1 plat mod, guys, to rule them all. What am I going to get? In theory, they could add way more options to get gold medals. And I mean, I did actually say, like, why don't they have it so there's a 20% chance to get gold medals from Promo Wheel? And then you can get between, and you can get 1,000 drop, which is 10% of the character. Like, it would kind of be like S-Class in that point. And it would just seem like better, like you're going to be progressing every time you do put a temple even on the wheel. I don't know, man. Like they only gear spending towards the most hardcore spenders, and those are declining and declining and declining. All of the like mid-rate level spenders, someone who could be willing to spend like $30 to $50 a month, there's not really much to buy for $30 or $50 a month that has good value. The Battle Pass has fallen off. Survivors Club is just really hit and miss. It's kind of messed up. Defense set, attack set. You know what I really want? I want a HP on HP. I literally have 1 HP on HP, and that was from the guaranteed one. I need like 3 of those. I need HP on HP. Never played Fortnite. It's just an example. It's just an example. Are any normal 6-star legends that I should keep? Been selling them off to get silver mythics. I wouldn't sell them right now. You mean gold mythics, Ruben? If you're selling them right now, like hold them right now, because there's going to be a new thing coming out called the Bit Shop, and I think you sell, I think it was 6 or 12 6-stars gets you 1 silver mythic. It's better than a supply depot conversion. You can do that. I think you can only get 5 silver mythics a month from that, but it's better than the conversion there. What's up, Dwayne? Crit, red damage, HP on crit set. Okay, let's go. HP or HP. HP on HP. Okay. So this is half a thing. Because you know what the other half of the thing is, guys. Like, I'm not that hyped right now, you know. But if it was HP on HP, I'd be instantly hyped. Because, like, no matter what, it's going to be decent. But this has the potential of coming back at 42%. You know, we'll see. We'll see. Did you actually call that, Get Weird? You did. You did actually call that. Nice. Nice. Let me just check what the percentage is like that I can get. I feel like I'm going to get done with this, but we'll see. Info. I'm half hyped right now, guys. Half hyped. Days resist is the same as the other resists. 49 is the minimum. I mean, that's probably better than half the ones I've got, honestly. So we're probably gonna get a better one than I've already got. But I don't really know who I'd use it on. If I'm honest, it'd be a defense team thing. We need some big rolls. We need the big rolls. Okay, there's the guaranteed rolls out of the way. 5 to 17%. If we get double digits on every single roll, I can't be mad. We'll get 55% minimum there. 65% minimum there. I would not be mad. And that's 65 out of 85. You know, I'm not being greedy there. It's closer to the bottom than it is the top. It's just a reasonable request not to get too many single digits on these upgrades. God, you gotta love mods, guys. You gotta love mods. You wait legitimately like a year and a half to get a mod like Days Resist on HP on Plat, and you get 5% on the first roll. That's RTS in a nutshell right there, unfortunately. Okay. Next one. God, like this is Road to Survival, guys. If I needed to show what this game's about, I'd literally just show this mod upgrade. Welcome to RTS, guys. I actually kind of want 5% on the last one, just to show how trash this is. But you know it's going to be max right now. It's going to give me 17 right now. It's going to give me 17. I can feel it. It's going to be 5 or 17. There's nothing else. Nothing else exists. That has got to be the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen in my life. There's no way. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. This literally epitomizes RTS. This is literally Road to Survival. This is literally RTS right now. This is how I feel. Like it couldn't get any worse, right? It's like, oh man, this is becoming a chore, man. Gosh. But on the bright side, guys, on the bright side, it's still one of my better Days Resist mods, and that's because my other Days Resist mods were all on crit set, I'm pretty sure, or they were okay, let's actually go to a character, it's probably easier. Or they were trash. So what is it? 49%, bare minimum. I think I had a 65 actually. 52, but you can see they're all crit set, look. Oh, I've got a 61. I've actually got a 61. I've got one that's better. I've got one that's way better than the plat that I just pulled. Ah, man. What a game. See the difference in the game right now, this has always been an issue, but the difference is now that other things are so frustrating at the moment that this is like becoming like everything, and this is just the honest truth, right? This is going to be a lot of players where like it can be just some random small thing that's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back for them because the game's just pretty crap. And that's just going to be how a lot of people are going to be feeling. And I'm feeling it a lot. When you win 100,000 in scratch. That's like putting, yeah, exactly, and I've had that happen, unfortunately, as well. It feels bad. It feels bad. But what can you do, guys? What can you do? I might as well just play this. I've still got to spend energy, right? How much time do I have to spend energy? 4 hours to spend 300 energy. That's not too bad. I gotta get that Bruce. Kill myself, Bruce. You could step on a Lego as well. I'd probably feel better, honestly. I mean, it is messed up. I'm not gonna hate on you guys for thinking it's funny, but yeah, that just kind of epitomizes my RTS experience right now. So you're more disappointed in the game since the new update? I think it just basically is gone back to some old issues. I think one of the biggest problems with RTS is when it comes to the people who work there. Some of them may not have worked there for ages, right? Some of them might be quite new to RTS, so they don't know what it was like in the 5-star and 6-star era, and they've just basically taken it back there, and it's not fun, you know. And that's not, it's not, I'm not really saying it's their fault, but it's their fault, you know. It's like already, like, this is messed up. I'm looking forward to the next era. Like, I'm hoping it's better than Mythic, like, because this is horrible that right now. Oh, good. And that's the only thing I can see that could actually fix it. And that's a bad look, because then obviously the game's gonna lose a lot more players again. And yeah, well, from my perspective, that definitely couldn't survive it. I think the characters are fine. It isn't about the characters. I don't mind the actual Mythic characters. It's the acquisition of them is really, really, really bad. It's really bad. It is not a fun experience. It feels way too grindy. Not even like in the sense that S-class cards took a long time. It's really, really short-term grind, which is much worse than long-term grind. Because there's no breaks in RTS at the moment. There's like 4 events going on at all the time. Ooh, next reset. Yeah. RTS might not, Scopely will though. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Have you? You should probably check out how the some of the other games are going. I'm not hearing good stuff from people I know in Marvel Strike Force since they took it over, honestly. But then people are always going to whine. Don't get me wrong. People are always going to whine, but there's a lot of drama. You pulled it. You did an actual 3-pull and 3 cards came out in a row. Like, it wasn't like 3 singles. It was legit just like 3 calls in a row, man. I would have been mad. I would have been mad. Like, I'm like, I'm not even wanting to pull it for anything at the moment. I feel that bad. Like, Michonne comes out tomorrow, right? I was like, I'm going to do 20 pulls for her. She step up recruits. It makes sense. But I don't even want to get even lucky there. Because even when I get fortune, I'm going to be mad. Because I don't know. The game's just making me mad. I hate it. I hate it at the moment. It's just it's so frustrating. I used to complain, but I just learned it was pointless. I just roll with the changes. Yeah, but from my perspective, it's a little bit different, you know, because it's my job to make content, and at the moment I'm making content on RTS. It's a little bit different. There's a little bit different, like a microscope on it for me, you know, in terms of what I see, how I see it, how it affects me, you know. Bring back S-Class. Nah, that's not going to happen. Like I say, no, that won't happen. Did my gold pool 3rd Negan. Could have been worse. I did my recent gold pool for a recruiter friend. It wasn't terrible. If you saw my video, I got another gov, so I can limit break gov. Hopefully limit break's not going to be ridiculous, and hopefully it's just going to work how the rest of stuff works, you know. I can just instantly go to the tower and put in a tier 5 and just put in the gold that I've got as a dupe. I don't have to do anything else, no silvers, just like literally just the gold, and it costs no middles. Limit break is gonna cost 500 still medals per character. There's gonna be a new gear tier. They've already announced that, which is like, yeah. If I go to, let me see. If I go to Ivanova, I don't think she needs it. No, she doesn't. So this is the second to last gear tier, right now, because it still needs S-Class items. Then on the last gear tier, it is this stuff. There's nothing old. Everything's new here, right? You need this twice. You guys know you need this twice. You need this for level 525, which you can see on the left-hand side. Wayland is 525 in the blue. And then if you look at Tyrese, he is 575 in the blue, and it's the same gear. I tier him up, he can get to 625, right? But right now he can only get to 600. So like I've got Ezekiel at 600, as you can see. But he should be able to get to 625 if I limit break Ezekiel, which I can't do because I don't have a 3rd Ezekiel. But in that wheel where I could have got a 3rd Ezekiel, I got Thomas Richards instead. Great times. But I can do it for Governor here. So I limit break Governor. He can get to whatever. Like I think they said 40 levels, but that might not be concrete. So that's 640. My current gear tier on him, I can get him to 625. Then it will require different tiers of gear. So I guess what's the rotating piece of gear in here? Is it this piece, or is it like? So I think we're gonna get new here and here. We'll see. Who have I got who's high here? I don't think these are high enough. No, it's hard to know. I've got my characters are too high. I'm pretty sure the tier before this is GPS and Canteen, right? It's like GPS Canteen, and then it would have the gloves that strong characters had, and it basically the full S-Class upgrade slots. Then it was like radio and hand crank radio and military watch. But then maybe the same items here, or it would have the gloves and then plus like an older item. So I'm pretty sure we're going to get a new tier of this gear. And this is where, like, I mean, we should have kind of seen it coming, because they've never allowed us to farm the top gear on the world stage. So like right now we're farming it, but this isn't the top gear in Scope Please Mine. After the next gear tier comes out, the top gear isn't going to be this. It's going to be some other item. 2 items, and then like this gear that we've got loads of as well. This mythic gear we've got loads of. Again, this is not the top item anymore. This stuff. When I say loads, we don't really have loads, but this stuff. This might remain. The steel gear medals might remain, but they might not have that as a top tier anymore. We'll see. I hope limit breaking and adding new abilities helps with balancing. They're never going to make older characters that good. It's never going to happen. The newer characters are always going to be better. It's just the way. Anyone else been getting less gold rim trainers from training grounds, or have been getting unlucky? I don't know. I haven't really been keeping track. It seemed to be a reasonable percentage before. What was the first game you did content on? On this channel, RTS. It's the only game I've done content on in this channel. And my gold rims are doing okay at the moment. But I haven't been using them. I've been using like these ones. Brian, Bree, Bud. Also, I've been getting really easy free XP. Because I've just been doing like the first tier of a character's level. Like Abraham here, the full first tier of his level is 730k. Well, it's actually 744, but he's level 2. So, and that costs nothing really in terms of how much trainers it needs. So that's half what I need to get in a level up. You excited for Halo? I've never played Halo, so not really. What's up, Angel? What mod should I put on Negan? It depends. If you see him as a damage dealer, then you need to put stuff that's going to increase his damage. If he's support, you need to make him have a bit more survivability. Just a little bit. Doesn't have to be crazy. A bit of HP. I noticed that characters like Negan and Wayland get focused quite a lot for some reason. I'm not sure why, but like, see my setup here when it comes to my teams. If you've got 2 damage dealers like Sandy, Tyrese, Princess, Andrea, Ivanova to a certain extent, if you've got 2 of those characters, you don't really need Negan for his damage dealing capabilities. But I've been loading up the 2 stars and grinding gear. I've still got 4,500 2 stars in my training grounds that I can't get out either. It's been nearly 3 months since Conquest came out. I'd like to use those. Hey, we get 3 paints. This is the good side of some of the stuff they've done in Conquest, and there definitely has been some good stuff. But unfortunately, they make the whole game revolve around the actual characters. So when that's not good, salt in shoes. Salt in shoes. Road to Atlanta, not what I expected. Yeah, I'm disappointed with the Legion stuff, honestly. Nice, Dwayne. Nice. Hopefully it has it's good use for you. You know what's up, Nikki? Welcome to the stream. I'm hoping that in the next month or so they do something to fix the issues. When S-Class first came out, the acquiring them wasn't very good either. I just hope they're going on like a massive whale baiting spree at the moment and just trying to make as much money as possible initially, and then they're going to start making things a bit easier to come by. Because at the moment it's like I say, it's not great. Don't feel good. I hate how you need two of the exact same silver mythic to get a silver to tier 2. I mean, it's not that big a deal, honestly. They did increase the amount of silvers we got. Like initially, those were harder than golds are currently to get, and golds are pretty bad to get right now. But initially, silvers were harder than golds to get. But, you know, so hopefully that improves. I mean, that improves, so hopefully the gold stuff can improve. Mysterious class. I mean, they've gone some really strange ways on the naming of the classes, haven't they? Legendary, S-Class, Mythic. It's weird, right? Saving gold medals for 2 months to get a tune. I mean, yeah, and unfortunately that's the first 6 months of that as well. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. Ruby Mythics. I think those have been announced already, right? That's basically the Atlantis stuff. More shiny mythics. The show will be required to complete a future mythic trails for the survivors. Watch them do all the stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's why it's going to be with every single one. They've already announced that. They've said you're going to need... Well, this current one you need 2 promos, but they said you're going to need a premium character for every single one. And so it's not accessible for anyone who doesn't pull. Which, like I said, is 90% of the player base. And it's going to be 1% of the player base that pulls everything. They're already rewarded with the fact that they've already got all those characters, you know? Playing the game on easy mode, they don't need to have something else slapped on the top of it. What's up, Zachary? I'm doing, man. I'm doing. If your days went fully maxed to 85%, who would you equip it on? I was actually saying that I don't really know. I don't think I've got anyone who has a spectacular signature move. I guess Erica, if I was to get Erica, I would stop her from getting dazed because she's got a revive on her signature move. It's a pretty good one to hold on to, I guess. But other than that, I'm not really sure. It would probably be a medic, because medics do have a chance of doing stuff that's healy, or I think a percentage damage thing is not really worth it unless it's got something really nice on the the ones to protect are the ones promo characters. Razos I would protect for sure. Does Connor have a taunt on his? Can't remember. It would definitely go on a defense team though, for sure. If Wales are playing the game on easy mode, does that mean that all the other people decided to go straight to one of the hardest difficulties? No choice. No choice. My region's weird. Most of the kids in there role playing. Okay. Okay then. That does sound a bit weird. We're lightly pushed into the hardest difficulty. Well, I think they're playing on normal. I wouldn't say hard mode. It's just normal. The people who play on hard mode are the people who are going to be starting the game right now. Whereas I don't think the game is going to be fun to play. I keep wanting to do different things when it comes to the game. I want to create a series and playing the game from the start again and playing through. But the reason I haven't got around to it, I don't really want to do that. I don't think that's going to be fun. It's just I don't think it's going to be fun at all. It's really dreadful. Shut up, Locke. You seem sad. I mean, like from my perspective, the game is definitely going downhill. So yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. Don't get me wrong. You need some chicken tacos. I actually had some tortillas today. Chicken tortillas. Will I do any pulls for Michonne? I kind of want to, but part of me doesn't want to as well because like I'm in the current mood on the game where no matter what happens, I'm gonna be just annoyed. Whether I'm like, I can feel myself getting one of the other characters again. I can feel me getting one of the other characters again and just getting annoyed. I can feel it, and I can feel it coming. You know, exactly what happened with Connor, where I got Thomas Richards, and it's just like I would have preferred not to have pulled there, not because I would have saved coins, like. Just I would prefer to have got a silver or even a 6-star, because at least then I could just go, that, you know, maybe my luck will turn around when it comes to actually getting a gold. But the fact that I got the gold and it was Thomas Richards, like the other golds on that wheel aren't very good, like for me at least. So it's like Michonne or nothing, and 0.4% is nuts. Hey look, how's it going? What things would you change to make the game better, man? From a player's perspective, I think accessibility to characters that you want needs to be increased. Not RNG. I don't like the gold mythic token wheel being like so heavily used, rather than it just being a bonus. Right now it's like the main acquisition route for gold mythics. The majority of my gold mythics that I've got have come off of that wheel, pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's the most except the select recruits wheel, that's just because I had so many pulls, but again, I got 3 cards or 4 cards off that or something. The majority of my gold mythics have come off that wheel, which is just pure RNG. There's going to be people who are mad lucked out. I've got no doubt. Mad lucked out. But for everyone who gets really lucky, there's going to be that guy at the other end of the scale who has got like 4 Darius and has had no improvement on his roster because of that. His or her roster, should I say. And that's just bad. That's what I'm saying. Like, even if I get lucky, I know that someone else is not. And that... I'd rather just be able to work towards something. You know? They had an opportunity to implement that with Conquest itself. Nothing. I don't know. It just feels like like I said earlier, it just feels like Generation 2 6-star era for me right now. Where all the powers in promos and every other character is just like meh in comparison. Michonne seems weak compared to Raz O'Connor. I mean, on attack, she's really good. Decap is really amazing. Decap is amazing. Kelly with 37k health. My Sandy's got 60k attack right now. My Sandy's got 60k attack. Let's get in there. She be getting there. She's nearly level 1000. She's level 960. This is what I mean. I told you. I grind the game, man. I grind the game. I just don't feel like I'm getting rewarded. And the only people that seem to be getting rewarded are people who just dump money in the game. It's like, okay. I've got to have one of the highest lieutenant systems in the game right now. Or I've got to be up there. I don't know. On my defense team, people are starting to get like 45k stat, which is pretty decent, I guess. Like Zeke nearly got 40-40. He's looking good. And I can limit break Gov. Some more levels, more stats. Try hard. Gotta be, man. You've gotta be. You've gotta try hard, man. Or have fun on the sidelines, you know what I'm saying? But thanks for the compliment, I appreciate it. No worries, TK. See you later. I pulled Carl from Gold Mythics Recruits. I was so disappointed. We can do stuff with the dupes now. Well, soon. But I need them, like, honestly, I would need them to come out and say that we don't have to have a limit break level on a character to ever participate in anything. So that I can at least get characters to gold tier 5, and then I know that I can just leave them there, like for road maps and stuff. I don't have to have like a limit broken, like a limit break on a 3 of Carl. Because screw that. Oh, no worries, Noah, man. Feel better. Like our faction mate who pulled 8 Herschels in a row and quit because of it. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. There will be parts of the game that are happening that they're not that big a deal, but it's become that big a deal because the way the game's structured right now. Like earlier, I pulled a plat mod. I got Days Resist on HP. Really good mod. Platinum mods have been out for however many long. First ever Days Resist plat mods. I rolled the worst it could be. I got 49%. Legit the worst mod it could be. Now, fortunately, it's just a mod. I'm not really that... I mean, I want a good mod, but it isn't that big a deal. But imagine it was like... I mean, look, the situation I had in my promo pools of Connor. I've only pulled 1 gold mythic out of like nearly 400. We're closing on 400 pulls now, guys. And I pulled 1 gold mythic. And then the second gold mythic I pulled was Thomas Richards. So like I'm anticipating this gold mythic because I'm like well overdue, like 2 more now. I'm way overdue it. And I get Thomas Dan Richards. That's why I don't want to pull from Michonne, because the other promos on there are crap for me. And I'm just like, I know I can feel that I'm going to pull one and just be mad again. I'm just going to be silly as hell again. In this game, it's spenders versus tryhards. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not spenders versus tryhards. Tryhards can get into factions with spenders, you know. But when you're in a whale faction, even if you don't spend, you're still a whale, you know. You're still getting the benefits of someone spending, because you're coming first in faction events a lot of the time. You're doing better in war. So there's not really such a thing as a pure free to play in this game. Unless you're like legit in one of the worst factions in your region and everyone's free to play, then you're a proper free to play. You don't get anything out of it, nothing, no benefit of spending at all, you know? It's like saying, you know, you didn't buy a car because you didn't want to, you wanted to protect the environment, but you get a taxi to work every morning instead. You know, it's just like, I don't know. Well, that's exactly how it works. I don't understand their philosophy on the roadmaps that require tunes at tier 5 when most don't even have 3 of the 5 tunes. It's because they want people to spend. The first time around, it's a 100% cash grab. Like, people use that terminology far too quickly. When I see people use the terminology cash grab, they're using it most of the time when it's not actually a cash grab. It's just, that's how, like, capitalism is when it comes to, you know, someone releases a like they think people, when they release characters in the first place, it's a cash grab. It's not. That's just them releasing characters. That's just their business model. This is a cash grab because they're saying it's limited time. This is going to be the one time you have to do it. You have to buy these things. You have to have this amount of power. You have to have them at this much a tier, or you're not going to be able to get. That's 100% like them just trying to get people to spend. And it's only, like I said, it's only aimed at 1% of the community because there's only 1% of the community that would be willing to do that. Because there's a lot of people a lot of those people are kind of invested in that part of the game where there's just like, if I don't seem like I'm one of the top players, and when I say top players, I legit mean like my roster hasn't got the shiny stuff, it's embarrassing for me. And it's just like, that I honestly kind of feel sorry for that side of things. That is like some next level, like mental illness, like level stuff, but what can you do? And that probably brings a lot of mental distress, honestly. They've been successful at it for half a dozen years. I mean, like I said earlier, S-Class was pretty good. The acquisition of characters was pretty good until the end. The end of the S-Class era was terrible because the last 5 months of S-Classes, they were never usable free to play. And those were some of the most powerful characters. But early on it was alright. It was basically, you know, Trader should have been a big wake up for most people to realise that, yeah. Rip. Kind of like how they gave people the ability to buy Jesus before War of Champions. Yeah, to a certain extent. To a certain extent. I think that was actually timed on purpose. There was no accidents there. I use an annoying team: Alice, Doc Stevens, Dante, Sandy, and Tyrese. Use Doc Stevens and Alice on the same team. Oh, which Doc Stevens are you talking about? I assume you mean Mythic, right? Have you seen some of these crazy new defenses? I saw a Zeke with Doc. Mythic abilities on Connor and double Tara with different resist mods. Yeah. How do you beat those sort of teams? Meta is super defense right now. No idea, man. No idea. No idea. Not with Bruce, that's for sure. Carl wasn't even using one more, I think. One more. But only if you bought him. I'm talking about free to play. Like I did 100 pulls for Marge. And I got 60% of her, 55% of her. But by the time she became like accessible, Conquest already was announced, so it was no point. There's no point. Lock's still sitting at 49 million food. It goes mad quick. I've already spent 50 million food since my last stream. That was Monday. Level ups. Leveling up characters goes quick. Carl was one of the strongest characters and was released like 2 weeks before Mythics, and 1% of the player base have him. Probably less, honestly. Probably less. The only people who would have pulled for him were people who didn't know for some reason that Mythics were coming out, or people who wanted to get some extra Mythic tokens because they were behind. But yeah. On Conquest, Dante versus Ezekiel and Carl, but Dante just win. On Conquest. Huh, okay, interesting. A lot of the ones I come up against on, or did come up against on Conquest had like fast healing weapons. I wouldn't have been able to outdamage that. Had a well mate who spent like $900 to get 2 Carls. Why? Why? Just to get 2. He was annoying for a war though, or 2. S classes were quite annoying for a war or 2. Once we got Mythics in position, it was a bit better. Like, I mean, there are still people who use like full Mythic, full S class defense teams though, which is kind of weird because I'd actually say Mythics are worth building defense teams of right now. You know, Mythics are worth building defense teams of. You can get them really tanky. Really tanky. I actually thought some S classes could still hold up with Mythics, but I mean some can, but they can't really hold up in that they're gonna get one shot. You know, they can hold up in that like part of their kit is frustrating. Like I see a lot of Mercer leads still, and I see a lot of Marges used with Mercer leads, or just Marges full stop. I use Marge for a little bit. I used Marge for like the first 1 or 2 wars, just because I didn't have enough pieces in my defense together yet. And then I got Gov, and then I got Frost set up, and then I got Mercer. So like right now my defense is like 4 or 5 decent spots filled up. I just slap her Sandy in there just because she's got a lot of damage early on. Turn 2, her signature move goes off, and it's generally going to take people out. All the tickets. He had a turn 1 active of 2,000 trauma to a line of enemies. For 2 turns, all teammates recover from all penalties. There are still people who use S class on attack. I mean, yeah, but they get one shot a lot of the time, right? When it comes to war, the most important thing is to have everyone survive when you win. I mean, consistently winning is nice, but everyone surviving is extremely important. Is Bruce and Erica worth all the resources, or would I be better off getting 2 Glens and being able to use them? You're not going to be able to do the Atlanta Allegiance stuff unless you pull Dale and Carol. Like, you need 2 promos from that. So, I wouldn't worry too much about Glenn. They're handing him out like candy, honestly. He's been in everything. I'm sure he's going to come back around to something eventually. The reason they're handing him out quite a lot is because they want people who would be willing to spend to look at their roster and go, damn, I've already got Glenn, I've already got Andrea, because they're giving out 2 Andreas now. This is the second Andrea they're going to have given out. I've already got who's the other one? I've already got Rick. Damn, I only need to spend $1,500 and I can get the other 2 characters. That's basically what they want someone to be saying to themselves right now. Bit much. I mean, yeah, the last S classes were crazy, Shane. They were full meta blockers as well. Like, the meta for attack was everything to do with actives, because everything was restricted to that for free to play. So it was literally just so Wales had like one good war. That was it. Connor, Kyle, and Jesus in a team was literally just like, Wales have fun for one war, can't be beaten. You know, the worst thing is you don't really actually even get anything for being for defending. And okay, here's the crazy bit, right? Wales are the only people who are going to spend to coin, right? And they've got the hardest defenses to beat. Surely it would be better off like making it so you can beat these guys so they coin back, right? Am I right in thinking that? Am I right in thinking that? No. Instead, they make it so that the hardest people to beat, the easiest people to beat, are the people who are not going to be coining back. They're not going to coin back. You can use S class on a turn. I mean, you can't really turn one. You can't really turn one. You haven't been able to turn one for like 2 wars. At least for me. Like the second CRW, it was like, okay, this is going to become too much. And the third CRW is gone. The stats are too high, man. The stats are way too high. Like, I've got a Zeke lead. I do have a promo leader. I got really lucky. I also just went all in 200 pulls at all the coins I had. I think anything else except that on the 200 slot. If you saw my video, you saw just like 150 pulls of nothingness, and then I got it on the 200th pull. I got the actual, you know, the second Zeke. So defense down resist is really good. It's not even resist, it's block. So defense down block for the first X amount of turns is really good, and he makes a massive difference. And he has like nearly 40k plus of both stats. It's really tanky, hard to deal with, fast hitting weapon. There's not really much heal reduction at the moment. Like attack teams, there needs to be a free to play character for attack teams that comes out that has some just like general control, because attack teams don't really have any controllers at the moment. The only controller people consistently can use on attack is Wayland. And if you're noticing, like all the smart players are putting defense while disarmed on them, or on their characters, because there's not much you can put in the bottom left hand corner anyway. And if the only control they have is disarm, anyone who gets disarmed just gets a massive defense boost. I've got 112% defense increase if my Ezekiel gets disarmed. You're not touching him if he gets disarmed. Like I asked Man on the Moon to hit me on his stream. It's just I had it on all of my characters. It's nasty. You don't do any damage. Only splash works, and then splash just isn't very heavy hitting. So it's just like, yeah. It's the ego boost, exactly. That's it. That's all that's you're paying for. But you see, I get the bigger ego boost because I defend Wales. That's the one that gets me. The top factions in CRW, I defend half of their attacks. So who gets the bigger ego boost there? Because then I know it's purely on what I've built and how I built it. Jeremiah defense down. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Who is better, Rick versus Negan leader? Negan, I think, is better for the effect that he brings. Focus is nice, but if you want damage amplification, Rick's better. The only thing that Negan's gonna give you that Rick doesn't is that he's strong, so he can like get a bigger bonus. Like right now on my Kelly, he's got a strong attacks weapon, that's why everyone's got a 20% attack boost. And while that doesn't sound like a lot, on heavy hitters, it is quite a lot. Absolute defended. Yo, what's up, Spider? Welcome to the stream. I got defense, exactly. It's the way to go. It's just really, that's the only control people have right now. That's the only control that's around. Which character is going to be the new Mythic? There's a few lined up that people know are coming. Like tonight, it's going to be Michonne in like 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. All I want is character acquisition to be a bit nicer. They're on the right path. You just need to be a bit less stingy with it, considering you need 5 of each character soon enough. Those gold pizza slices are too slow. I still have the last stage on Conquest open. You can beat it. I beat it now. You can finish it. One thing I don't like is how the dupe system is working with the prices right now. 4 or 5 gold mythics for 1 gold mythic of your choice is ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah. Especially at the rate we're getting them. Especially at the rate we're getting them. I doubt anyone's got more than 10 dupes, you know, past the first 3. That means past the limit break. Like, personally, I think I've got 3. I've got 2 extra Carls past the first 3, and then 1 extra Darius. But I'm probably not going to limit break my Darius and Carl. But again, I kind of need that confirmation from Scopely that I'm free to do that without being punished. I'm hoping that's going to be announced. We shall see. How much more energy do I have to spend? 200. And that this is hard as well. I'm gonna probably just spend some of the these goodies. So I need to do 2 more cans. Let's go down to 65 so I can just get rid of some of them survivors. Five Carls, yeah. Jinx! I've got 5 Carls too. It crashed on day 1 and left it so I can get my 3 daily hits. Does hits work? I thought it was actually just you had to actually win. You sure it's hits? Where is it? Yeah, it says complete 3 battles. Does it just fleeing work? I got 11 ghillie suits with about 70 bronze tokens, and that's RNG for you, man. I actually had a dream. This is messed up, guys. I actually had a dream where I used a scavenge token, and I got 7 ghillie suits. I'm pretty sure it was a dream. I'm pretty sure it was a dream. I don't think that's possible. But what kind of dream is that? Yeah, dreaming of ghillie suits. It must have been a dream, right? I don't think it would have happened in reality. Surely not. I think I've only got like 8. I know I already had some. Where is it? Yeah, I've got 10. I've got a lot of ghillie suits. That seems to be the one I farm. The oh, I've got 6 of the other one. I've been farming these quite a lot, to be fair though. I should maybe start farming the other stuff. Although I've got more crates of this stuff, I only got like 50. So this isn't too bad in comparison. Double tap is not really free to play. Yep, it is indeed not free to play. I see someone had your idea to cheese Onslaught in our region. Oh. Who's doing it? Oh, okay. Oh, unless they left. Did they leave? Or is this the same people? Oh no, they're cheesing. I mean, I don't blame them. I don't blame them. We should and still could do the same right now. Because it literally, Onslaught is trash. Let me just check what day it ends. Does it start today? Yeah, it does. We'd have to get more organized for next time. I wanted a second Andrea so bad, yeah. I thought I was going to get one too. You can flee, it'll work. Okay, nice. Okay, guys. We reached the 2-hour mark. I know that's a bit early, but I think I'm actually going to leave my stream here. I will be streaming some No Man's Land on Saturday, and I'll be streaming some more RTS on Monday. But we'll see what happens content-wise between now and Monday. Shortest stream, I know. But, yep. That's the way it goes, guys. But I want to thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you on one of my next streams. But as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving. Goodbye, goodbye.